since this trailer had been abandoned, they found him there. He was in kidney failure, liver failure. He had severe heartworms, covered in fleas and ticks, and he had eaten his way out of the kennel.
But that was it. Jourdan and Sabrina with Coastal Outlaw K9. Welcome to Southwest Florida Spotlight.
Thank you.
It's good to see you guys. So you guys worked with me in a veterans program at FGCU. That's how we met. So glad to have you here at the studio, and we can talk a little bit about your business and about who you guys are and how you got to the business. But let's start with the start. Tell me a little bit about who Sabrina is. Let's start with Sabrina.
I'm Sabrina Levenson. I was brought to Florida by way of the Coast Guard in 2018. I took a job down here in Southwest Florida for U.S. Geological Survey doing basically C4 mapping, and I stayed past after the Coast Guard. We started Coastal Outlaw K9 mainly because Jourdan, prior to me really getting to know her, she helped me with my dog's nutrition. I have a 15-year-old lab mix named Willie Nelson, and he is the light of my life, and she saved his life.
Very cool. And Jourdan, tell me a little bit about you. How'd you get here?
I came to Florida. I came to live with my parents, and I initially got working on farms and things like that, but I've been involved with dogs for a really long time. Been dabbling in training for about 10 years, the nutrition side of things for about 6 years now. So when I met Sabrina and Willie, I could tell that he was a really great dog, but that he just didn't feel good. So our second date was to the pet store. I wrote her up a whole food plan and a budget and everything for him, and that really was kind of like the foundation for our relationship too. And switching his diet, like she mentioned, really like saved his life. He's lost over 15 pounds in the last year and a half. He's happy to eat every day. He still gets up and goes outside and plays with toys. It's just really cool to see how my background with nutrition and things like that has combined with her like real world experience, and now she's like, we gotta share this with people. So it's been really cool to see this come to fruition. So thank you for having us today.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let's talk a little bit more about Willie Nelson here. Let's go through this. Like, what was his life like before you guys started with the
Willie. So someone actually posted him on our Coast Guard page, Facebook page. They're like, this dog seems really sweet. He was in the pound. He was abandoned in a trailer in West Mobile, Alabama. Went through 2 hurricanes. So about 27, 28 days. The neighbors went over there to loot. Since this trailer had been abandoned, they found him there. He was in kidney failure, liver failure. He had severe heartworms, covered in fleas and ticks, and he had eaten his way out of the kennel, basically, and just was eating books and cans and anything he could to survive. I was still active duty in the Coast Guard, and I knew that my next unit, I was not going to be able to have a dog. So long story short, I drove him to Jackson, Mississippi so my friend could take him. And she was like, but he loves you. Just keep him until you actually get transferred. And I never ended up getting transferred. I ended up getting medically retired from the Coast Guard. And so to this day, I still have Willie. After he did because I didn't know anything about heartworms, or I got him to a weight where he wasn't skin and bones anymore. He was playing in the yard, but he started hacking. And they're like, you have to treat this immediately. His heart had shifted into a D shape, so he was basically on the end of like heartworms. So when he did this treatment, he was still underweight, and they were treating him for the size dog he should have been. He was no longer wanting to like get up and play. He would, but you could tell he was in pain. The steroids made him gain a ton of weight. I got him at like 32 pounds, and he never tore up anything in my house. But once he got put on these steroids, he would ravage through everything. He would tear apart books just to fill his stomach, and then he got up to over 95 pounds.
Wow.
Big boy. And at that point, I tried everything the dog vets had told me to do with the dog. Diets, exercise, anything and everything, therapies, because he wasn't moving the same. So, he just got sicker and sicker, and then it got to the point where, like, he's a dinosaur, just keep him comfortable at this point. So they were putting him on gabapentin and pain pills. He was misdiagnosed hypothyroidism, and that's why he couldn't gain weight. So he's on a whole bunch of pills for thyroid issues, and just every single day, just a little bit of Willie was like leading me, and I would cry every day because I was like, you can't leave me. You were there for me in the Coast Guard, because he went everywhere, all the boats and everything when I do inspections. Willie was there. So then I met Jourdan, and she definitely could tell he was not okay, and she asked me if I would be open to changing one thing, his diet. And within 4 weeks, he was off of all prescription medication. I think it was after 90 days we went and did his blood work. It was something very similar into that, but his thyroid was normal. And he was getting up again. You could see the light come back to his eyes. He was getting back in the toy box. He was rolling around the backyard again. He was coming outside. He was wanting to go for rides. So I know that he's an older dog, but I definitely feel, and I know that changing his diet is getting me a couple extra years with him, because we're going on 2 years since we changed his diet. And like she said, he's still getting up and he's still need Willie. So it's been pretty cool.
That's amazing. So, and this is really the genesis of what Coastal Outlaw K9 came. But you guys had started another business before, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. What was, let's talk your entrepreneurship journey a little bit.
I actually started my first landscaping business with a different business partner, and it blew up really fast. So, did that, kind of let that fizzle out. When we met Jourdan around that time, she was already doing landscaping for people and her grandparents, and just her pocket of people down here in Southwest Florida. So we decided to start landscaping, and again, that blew up really fast. Got to a point where it was unmanageable for us to do it. We actually got an opportunity to take over a landscaping business in Kauai, and we were standing at this beautiful resort overlooking the ocean. It is like 72 degrees, you have breeze, and I'm weeding, and I went to a river and started crying. I was like, I don't want to do landscaping anymore. So we stopped. We ended up coming back and completely shifted what we wanted to do. So we ended up selling all of our landscaping clients and our contracts. And we took some time to really hone in of next moves. She has always talked about wanting to start, a store, a nutrition store. So,
hey, you seem to have a passion for the nutrition side of this. How did you come by that?
So, all the way back, I started as a horse girl. I grew up riding horses and showing, and that was a big thing for me, was competing growing up. I went away to college for a couple years, decided school wasn't for me kind of thing, and then I came home and got involved in dog sports. So it kind of shifted from horses to dogs. So when I moved down to Columbus, Ohio, and there was tons of other opportunities, that's where I really got introduced to pet dog training and things like that. So that was about 10 years ago. And then I started, as I met more people and networked and things like that, my first introduction to raw food was someone actually doing whole praying rabbits. And I was like, I want nothing to do with that. No, thank you. In 2019, end of 2019, I was getting ready to get a new puppy, which is my Vixen now, my dog that I have. And I really knew that, nutrition was a big factor and things like that. So through the sport world and just kind of growing through training, then I got introduced more to the high quality nutrition, things like that. And when I brought her home, I was already feeding raw to my other dog. And I immediately saw the benefits of it. Less tartar on their teeth, pooping less, shedding less, more sustainable energy, a better appetite. Dogs actually looking forward to eating instead of you having to make some weird gravy or put cheese on it. I got to a point where I decided, like, okay, not everybody has to train their dog, but everybody has to feed them. So I think if that's kind of like where I could help people and that be like a wide audience, like, I'm here for that. So I've been like shouting it from the rooftops since then.
And you do other work with animals as well, right? You do some like grooming and training and stuff like that in addition to the food, right?
Yeah, so it really started with just like Sabrina mentioned, like, you know, people needing help or talking neighbors, things like that. There's a popular app called Rover. I'll come to your house and pick your dog up and take him and give him a bath. One of our favorite dogs, his name's Maverick. He's missing one of his eyes and he has like little tongue sticks out of his mouth, but he's like the happiest dog, also the hairiest dog. So we don't bathe him at our house, but I'll just take him to like a local pet supermarket. We make it look like a snow globe in there. We get our whole $12.99 out of that bath every single time. And that kind of was like we realized the come to you grooming kind of thing was like very comforting for people. We don't have a big elaborate event. I'll literally come set up a grooming table in someone's garage. I'll turn on music and sometimes they want to chit chat and we just hang out. And we have found that the dogs are super comfortable, just as a very peaceful environment where dogs get to be at home. It's really helped with us like have a very like home style relationship with our customers too, where they trust us. And we show because we're in their home. So it's, you know, it's very obvious when you come and you do work like that where people feel very comfortable. And then once you do have that relationship, if you're like, hey, I noticed there's some tartar on your dog's teeth, you could use XYZ, then it's up to them, you know what I mean? But at least then you've kind of put it out there and we'll only recommend products that we have personal experience with. So no brand is going to reach out to us like, hey, can you endorse our product or whatever? It would take a pretty significant vetting process for us. We genuinely just want to help the pet owners, you know, do whatever they can to help their pets. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk about that. But what's the next iteration of your business? You guys have now gone through that veteran entrepreneurship program, and you won some funds. Yeah. You know, let's talk a little bit about the the competition and what you won and what you're building from that.
I can say that with the funding, that was the kickstart to us purchasing a couple of things so we can now begin doing markets and get to actually put ourselves out there outside of our neighborhood. So that's going to be our number one. We're actually in the process of purchasing inventory, so we'll be able to sell at the markets. We are planning on putting together a couple of fundraising raffles. Since the pitch, we have the School of Entrepreneurship has actually recommended us to a couple of different events around the area, and we've been put in contact with the Gulf Coast Humane Society. We're in contact with their event coordinator right now, and she invited us to an event that's coming up in August, looking at training and being able to begin our online store. So we got our domain. We have officially owned Coastal Outlaw K9.com. And now to be able to put it on Shopify and have products to be able to start sharing, because it's true, we won't sell anything that we haven't vetted, and we have vetted a lot of different products, especially with Willie. It's almost like a science project, really. You know, like to have a vet tell you, just keep him comfortable. And then you're like, okay, well, let me try, turmeric and just thanks. Let me sprinkle some turmeric, and that has made a difference. Getting our store going, that's when we received the funding. That is our Shopify.
It's really like a lean launch, where we have our first other company that we're partnering with for our wholesale. We got our first wholesaling deal. A company actually out of Phoenix, Arizona called Mountain Dog Products. They make recycled leashes. So it's all recycled climbing rope. So we're really excited for like some opportunities that we have lined up. We got a Yeti cooler, so we could take some frozen and some cold products with us, because I feel like the frozen stuff is really our shtick as far as like what we're striving for. It's really like us getting out there and getting to like talk to the people, and we're really education focused. So it's a lot of having conversations and things like that, talking to people about what their things are. But we're really, really looking forward to it.
Also, I feel I've never owned a Yeti cooler. Wow. Super impressed.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk a little bit more about the veteran experience. Being around other founders and other veterans that are building businesses, how did that impact you as you guys were building?
So I'm the non-veteran. I'm the veteran spouse. But it was incredible to be amongst other veteran business owners. I feel like that's just another level of like trust and respect. There's also kind of like a built-in friendliness within the veterans. It's kind of like the big brother kind of feel, which was cool because I feel like after the second or third time of us getting together, we all kind of look forward to getting together. Our initial, thing was to go for brick and mortar, and that changed to e-commerce and kind of a hybrid to pop up. I feel like it was a really cool experience for me, as all of us being adults in the educational space too. I feel like that was really cool.
I mean, as a veteran, it's nice. I don't know if you have post-military gone to work somewhere that is not like the military. So as a veteran, being able to be in that community again where you feel comfortable, and you know that it is a safe space to be able to speak freely and to really share what's on your mind, and not have someone be like, you can't say that. And I don't mean necessarily that people say things in a bad way. It's just sometimes you speak freely, and having the support system there to be like, maybe let's shift, like how we think about this, and to be able to pivot. And I think that has been the most incredible. And then you build friendships,
Yeah, reintegration to normal society from the military is it's a journey, right? It's definitely a journey, and I know I've definitely my share as well. And there are some things that you gain in the military that are useful. How are you applying some of your learnings from the military into your business now?
Surprisingly, so I was not very studious prior to the military. I would job hop, and I tried college, and I'm like, I have to sit here for an hour and a half. I'm not coming back. And, just kind of like leave and stuff like that. And in the military, I feel like I gained so much discipline. I didn't realize how undisciplined I was until I joined the military. I got held back a week. I don't know if it's not like this in other branches, but in the Coast Guard, they can hold you back up to 8 weeks just for not hitting the mark. And they're not going to push you out to your tech school or anything like that. Also, when you get out of the Coast Guard boot camp, you don't go to tech school. You go to a unit and you work. And you have to be there, and you have to qualify, and then you can go put your name on an A school list to go figure out your job. So for me, I joined into the Coast Guard at 28, and I did financial planning, and I was an independent contractor, so I didn't have a boss. And then to go into the military and learn discipline and respect, and I think integrity was probably the biggest one. Doing something even when someone is not looking, you really do hold yourself to a standard that only you can hold yourself to. So it helped me so much, because when I did have to qualify for any type of anything that included memorization, especially with boats, you basically become a boat captain. You have to take that whole test and learn every 3 dots and the pictures and the signs and everything like that, and to learn ways to memorize that, and for your own learning and knowing how important your own learning is. I think that has helped me. The military just gave me the foundation to do what most people just think it comes naturally, or that they learned in a different way or at a young age. So I'm very thankful for the military. I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for the military. Even being medically retired, the opportunity that it has provided for me in jobs and wealth and everything, I would have never had the confidence to start a business just off the fly. Like, what? I can start an LLC and just start a business and get paid like that. So once you get out of the military, they talk about all the military benefits you get. I think when you get out of the military, that's when you really get to take a minute out and seed all of the good that it can bring to your life, as long as you take the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, Southwest Florida, what's keeping you in Southwest Florida? What do you think about the area? What's your goals here?
It's funny because, Sabrina and I come from very different backgrounds, and came to Florida for very different reasons. But we're very thankful that we have met here and have had a foundation for both of our businesses here. But ultimately for us, we would love to be somewhere in the Midwest. Our long-term plan would be to have a farm, and to be doing more of the agro-tourism. Eventually we could be having, supplying the animals for our own dog food kind of idea. We just realized that being in control of our food, in the next 10, 20 years, things like that is going to be very important. And especially to kind of cut out the middleman as well, and to know, talk about product integrity. If you're growing it in your backyard and, you're producing it and you're selling it, it's really it doesn't get any more local seasonal than that. For us to kind of have that property where it can also kind of double as the agro-tourism, where it is a working farm, but we would allow people to come and see hey, this is our operation, these are our animals, this is how we do it. We want to focus on education.
Yeah. So I think that Southwest Florida there's so much potential down here. I think that there's good people down here. There's genuine people. Most come from the Midwest. But I think that Southwest Florida is a pretty cool market, as long as you want to do the work.
What's the one thing people need to know about your business?
Guys, we really ultimately just want to help people, whether it be the food or the training or the accessories or the whatever it is. We just want to give people honest feedback or honest help on even if it's a quick try this kind of thing. I'm not gonna charge somebody $50 because I gave them some advice. You know what I mean? They can genuinely text me and ask me a question, and I'll do my best to answer. Obviously, if it needs a more in-depth sit down, we do that. But we want to help people in whatever capacity that we can.
Jourdan and Sabrina with Coastal Outlaw K9, thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Yeah, appreciate it.